Hello, this is Dave from Lasercutz Ltd. I thought I'd put together a quick video to show you how our four-tiered column fits together. This is probably one of the hardest displays that we've done so far, but once you've done it a couple of times it becomes a lot easier, and the main thing is to do it in the right sequence. So let's crack on. What I normally suggest we do is obviously have a nice area to work and start off with the two dividers and the top panel, and just slot that into position on top slot of the dividers, and using one of the shelves just slot that into position and just line it up with the slots, the tabs into the slots, and add a peg or two. Now I'd recommend using the pegs on all the things. I won't actually do it on this display just to speed the process up, but if there's a hole, I would recommend putting a peg into the hole. And the next section is the next shelf down. We'll just slot that down into place, like so, and again slide the shelf into position, like so. And then the next layer down, I find it's easier just to tip the unit back, slide the lower panel into position, just put a little bit of pressure on the back to tip the shelf forward to get past the shelf above, and then slot the lower shelf in, and again add the pegs. Okay, so that's the main part done. What we now do is to put together the top shelf and the back panel, which I find easier to put in the two dividers first and just add the pegs as you go. So, and then just put that together to make the top unit ready to go onto the display in a second. Okay, so we've got two major parts. Right, so we've now got the top section and the bottom section, and what I find is best to just put the rear balance in, just slot that down into place before we put a side panel on. So we take our side panel, and I find it's easier to just do one section at a time, just working your way up the display, and you may need to just go underneath and push each little shelf up or down just a tad, and just slot that in position, and you'll find it will just go together gradually, and then just put a peg in as you go, just to keep it in place. It's actually easier to do when you're not recording and talking at the same time. Even though I was brought up in the Blue Peter era, I've never quite got the hang of broadcasting. Right, so the next section the top shelf, we'll just slot that into place like so, and put a peg in to keep that in position. Okay, so the next part is the remaining side panel, which again, I'll start from the bottom. Sometimes it's easier just to tip the unit up on its side to do things, whatever you find is easier. It's, again, as I say, it's sometimes easier if you've got two pairs of hands to help. Okay, so we're just slot this together, just zipping it up as it were, like so, and don't forget to hold it in place using the pegs. Okay, and the remaining part is front balance, which simply slots up into the display. Typical, like so. Sorry, it's hard to actually see what I'm doing. There we go. That's the display ready for use. Obviously, go around and check all the pegs are nice and tight. And hope you enjoy it. Thank you very much.